Good morning, everyone. It's 11 a.m. and you are watching me, NAVNEET SANDHU at Radio Tarang. So today we have some guests over here. So before I introduce them, let me tell you a little bit idea about what we're gonna talk about today. So as we all know, we belong to different communities. So we came from different countries as a migrants, as some people, just came here for better life and everything. So we are definitely belong to different communities, but when we came here and we talking to other people and connect with other people, we definitely forming a bigger community. So I guess you guys have a little bit of idea about what we're going to talk about today, so I don't want to take too much time. So let me introduce our guest from Mercycare. So firstly, thank you for being here today, and I'm really so great to have you guys here. And we have here with me Jackie and Florence.
Yes.
I hope I pronounced your
Yes,
name right.
no, that's correct.
Welcome to our show, and
Thank you.
I'm really happy to talk to you guys about, because I'm really excited to know about Mercy Care. So you guys are presenting Mercy Care. So first, we I just want to know about yourself a little bit. Tell about you know how long you've been working with Mercy Care, and just please.
Okay. So, hi everyone. So excited to be here. So, my name is Florence. I work at Mercycare as the step-by-step team leader. I've been at Mercycare since April 2019, and I work in the multicultural service team in Mirrabooka. And I really love working for Mercycare, and I love my job and assisting our clients. And also, I'm a busy mummy of two young cuties. So, a 14-month-old called James and a 4-year-old called Jessica.
That's sweet. That's a sweet introduction.
Thank you.
What about you?
I'm Jackie. I'm the SETS Innovation Project Lead at Mercycare, and I've been in my role since March. And like Florence, love my job. My role is specifically working with women who've newly arrived in Australia,
Yeah.
and helping them to create goals around employment pathways, and really help them to envision their future. So,
And how long you been working with Mercy?
Since March.
Since
March 2000 this
Okay.
year. Yeah.
And
so
how
not
do you
long.
enjoy your role?
Oh, I love my role, yeah, and all the women I get to meet, and their ideas and their plans, and to
Yeah.
support them to implement that. I love my job. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really want to know, because in our community, because a lot of people sometimes don't know about the community services or things like that. So we're talking about Mercy Care. So if you can just a little bit explain about the organization to our audience.
Sure. So Mercycare is quite a diverse organisation. It has, under the banner of community services, it has a vision for people and communities to thrive. So by connecting people, supporting with people, working with people to live their best. And we're a mission to bring compassion and justice to life and break cycles of significant disadvantage. And it has, like I said before, many diverse services. We're in the multicultural services team, but we also work in aged care, disability, early learning centres. So your listeners might be familiar with our early learning centres around Perth as well. But Florence and I, we work with the multicultural services team, and then under that, step by step, and I'm SETS Innovation. Yeah.
So when we're talking about Mercy Care, so in terms of services, I really wanted to know what kind of services you guys providing. Is it specifically just for aged care, or every kind of services? If you can just a little bit give an idea about this.
Okay. So as Jackie said, we're quite a massive community organization, offering a range of services. So, but we work mainly under the multicultural service team. So today we're going to be focusing on services in the multicultural service team. So, can I talk a little bit about the program that I work in? So I work in the step-by-step program. So it's funded by the Department of Home Affairs to help people that have recently arrived in Australia and have been in Australia for 5 years or less. There is eligibility. So some of the listeners here might have arrived in Australia less than 5 years ago. And if you're on one of these visas, you would be eligible for our program. So we cover the partner visas, the children visas, adoption, parent, aged care dependent relative, remaining relative, carer, often relative, contributory parent, visa. So we can actually, yeah, we've got a little list here.
Yeah.
So we can actually give this to you and you can share it
Yeah,
with
sure.
with your
We can share it
viewers.
on our page and then people can have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, so if they are in under one of these visas and they've been in Australia for 5 years or less,
Yeah.
or and have low English proficiency, they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
come and access our service. So
Yeah.
we provide casework support. So for any sort of settlement needs that they have, whether it's needing support to get housing,
Yeah.
needing support to get a driver's license,
Yeah.
needing support to get employment,
Yeah.
they can come to us. We are able to help them Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
We're based at Mercycare in Mirrabooka. But besides that, we also offer a range of other services. So the program that I work under is a partnership program
Yeah.
between Mercycare and Save the Children and Edmund Rice Centre. So Save the Children have an amazing play group called It Takes a Village.
Yeah.
And we have 3 of those play groups each week where mums and dads can come in with their kids. 1 hour where they play, and we've got early childhood assistants, and we've got an early childhood educator, and then they help them with their children to just pick and hit those developmental milestones.
Yeah.
And then they have an hour where they can practice English and learn about different things, saving on bills, nutrition, health, fitness, and that runs during school term.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is really
Yeah,
nice.
because most of time, because definitely life is very busy here. Like if
It is.
specifically if I talk about my community, people are like working and not give a lot of time to their children because of their work commitments. So I guess this is really interesting. Like by doing this, like they can spend time with their like children and
Yes,
doing other things as well as.
yeah, it's very good for that bonding, and it's just a nice opportunity as well to meet other parents.
Yeah.
And just myself, when I had my daughter, it was something that it was nice to be talking to other parents that have young kids and seeing what their kids are going through and their experiences, and it just sort of normalized that experience for me. So I'd highly recommend that. But also something we provide support with is driving. Driving is really, really important when you arrive in Australia. The public transport system for certain jobs is really hard. If you do shift work and you have to start really early or finish really late, sometimes public transport isn't moving at that time. So we recognize that it's a barrier to employment, but also to socially participate. If you want to go for different events, even taking kids to appointments, all that, it just makes life so much easier. So we actually offer a free learners driving program where people can come and we teach them about the driving rules and laws in Australia. And then if they pass a test, then we give them a certificate which they take to the Department of Transport, and they can actually get their learners for free. And then we also have a subsidized driving program, so they can get 36 driving classes that are subsidized. So we pay for just over half the classes, and they pay for the other half. And we also provide support with hazard perception, and as well as getting your logbook hours.
That's quite interesting because like when definitely because as a migrant, when people came here, the first thing and that's really struggle because like in every country there are different rules, and when we came here it's very hard to like clear that like driving test. A lot of people struggle with that, and I guess that's quite helpful. Definitely if people are listening who are watching our show and this is really a great opportunity, you can just like contact Mercycare and be a part of this program so that you can just easily get access to your driving license and things. So that is actually quite helpful. So when we're talking about all these kind of programs and support, so I just want to know, like Mercycare, that is completely government funding based, or like is it like something like private or people, or is it like a little bit someone has to pay? Because there are some programs like NDIS or other things. So is that like based on that, because a lot of people are having, as you just explained earlier, like on different visas, so they can have access, or that is completely free, or like they have to pay a little bit like.
Yeah, so almost all our programs are free. So we are funded. So the step-by-step program is funded by the Department of Home Affairs.
Yeah.
And all our programs, except for the driving,
Yeah.
are free. So for the driving, we pay, as I said, a contribution,
Yeah.
and then they pay as well. But we have also English classes. We've
Yeah.
got computer classes. Those are all for free.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, with my program, as I say, if they meet the eligibility criteria, if they're
Yeah.
under 5 years and on one of those visas, then it's for free.
Yeah, and then the play groups, as I mentioned, they're all for free as well. Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So because the thing is, like, a lot of time when we're talking about community services, so first thing like in everyone's mind came like, if person is like a permanent resident of Australia, or maybe citizen, only that person get access to these kind of things because of this funding thing, because when people are on other visas, they don't get that services thing. You have to pay for everything, like even for your insurance, even for your health thing, or every. So yeah, this is quite interesting. Like, do you guys have some programs which other people can access?
Exactly. Yes. If they match up their visa with and they're here less than 5 years, they can they can see if they have that low English proficiency, they match the visa, then they can come to us, and or if they're unsure, they can call our Mirrabooka office and see if they meet that criteria for sure.
And sometimes what happen, like, people are literally like, some people have really like language barriers, and they can't really like talk English. Some people have met, like, some people completely like they don't know how to speak in English. So do you guys also have like interpreter thing, or like, if someone approaching you who is completely like with different language and you don't understand, so do you guys have interpreters to like deal with that kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we do use TIS.
Yeah.
And so yes, if because communication is really important, and Mercycare has got a strong person-centered approach, saying that person, we have to focus on that individual, and they know what's best for them, and part of that is having to be able to communicate efficiently. So we do use interpreters. We do have bilingual staff members working in our multicultural team, and between them I think they probably speak around 15 plus languages. However, if there's a language that we don't speak, we definitely will get interpreters. Yes.
That's good, because that's really important, because what we have seen here, like, a lot of people are struggling with, like, they don't speak English. And if even we talk about like people we call like sometimes refugee, or come from different countries, and they're completely like don't know any of like English. So that is really like important to know, like because for a person, if like you want to express your needs, then most of people can express their needs in their own language. Like you won't get it, like because if someone told me like I have to go through my heart, like I can speak in English because I know that, but the thing is, like, people who don't know, they can only express their needs in their own language. So
and we meet the client wherever they're at on their journey. So like Florence said, we're person centered, and so we we meet them where they're at. If English is their immediate need, then we'll support them to access. So my program, Sets Innovation, is starting people on the employment pathway with if that's their goal, employment being the end of the goal. But along that pathway, there's those many steps, and English is something when English is not your first language, you follow that all along the pathway, don't you? And then we also have education and training, work experience, and then getting them employment ready as well.
That's good. That's good effort. So before like we finish this, I just want you to like give any message to our community, or like Indian community, through a channel. You can give any message, and how, if someone wants to be part of this program, like how can they contact you, like any details, because we can update the details later on our page. People can contact, but if you can just a little bit tell about that.
Yeah, sure. So we're based in Mirrabooka. We've got a Mirrabooka office, and you can call the office. You can look us up online, Mercycare, and you'll find multicultural services on the website, and both our programs there. As I said, if you're unsure, you can call Mirrabooka reception, ask some questions, or walk in. You know, we do if you're in the area or you're passing by, or pop in, come into the office. And you know, someone will meet you with a friendly smile and answer your questions. And we also have another program that may be of interest to a lot of your listeners, and it's not bound by any specific eligibility in relation to visas, but it does. So who is eligible? It's for if you're over 16 years of age, you're a low income earner, and you're a resident of Western Australia, and it's our no interest loans program. And so it's up to $1,500 loan.
Yeah. So as you said, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
As you said, residents of like Western Australia, is that to be like permanent residents or like if person on another visa as well, or just living here? Because
that's a good question. Would have to check with the MLS team and find out. But I don't think it's only permanent residents. But would have to double check that and get back to you. Yes.
Yeah, so we can clear this thing out so then people can, you know, be more clear about this thing.
And it's on our website. There's more comprehensive information, but it's wonderful. You know, like Florence was talking about driving lessons or training courses. If people want to study, you know, children's school equipment. If you need to get school equipment, so no interest loans. You have up to 18 months to pay it back, and it just makes life a lot more manageable. So that's another service.
And at the last, like, can you message us?
So just this service is like the step by step and sets innovation. The only eligibility is for 5 years, and I know that when sometimes you arrive in Australia, there's so many things that you're going through, you know, adjusting to a different culture, different language, everything is different, the transportation is different, the food is different, and sometimes we're just focusing on, you know, just adjusting and settling in and integrating, that sometimes accessing services is not a priority. However, we're very fortunate that we have these funded services that can actually help people to settle and integrate in Australia. And I would just really encourage people to actually, access the services, and even in the business of life, because we can help, we can actually make a difference and a change. And we're all really passionate about working with people from multicultural backgrounds. Myself, I came as an international student at 16. Had I known, and with my parents were not here, my siblings were not here, and it was really tough. And you sort of focus on just that sort of survival. But if I had known about some of these services, it would have been amazing to access them. And if we can't help you, we will refer you to people who can.
Absolutely.
We know lots of organizations that help, that don't have the criteria as well. So I'll really just encourage people that do reach out, do promote what we do to people that family and friends, and it is for a very limited time, and we're all really passionate about making a difference. So we hope that we can engage with your community. And I love what you said, we're part of a much bigger community, one community. So we're here to help you, and we are based in Mirrabooka. Our contact number is 0862989888. So hopefully we'll hear back from some of you.
Definitely. Definitely. And thank you so much for being here, and I really enjoyed talking with you guys. And it's good information about like this thing, because before that I didn't even know about this. I know about like Mercycare, but didn't know about this program. So that would be really helpful for even our listeners who are listening to us. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Hope to meet you all soon.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.